My name is Blackman and I'm a quality practitioner apprentice here at SCW, specialising in organisational development. I come from a background of a florist, so I done a Saturday job in a florist, and then I also recently started a bit of digital marketing for an independent agency, which I've really been enjoying. I've just started my career, so I'm just looking to grow it at the minute. I'd say the customer service has kind of gone into SCW because you're chatting to many different people, different levels all day long, different people every day. And also I've really been getting involved in sort of the marketing side at SCW, which has really helped from my digital marketing background, kind of with the apprenticeships and graduates, because I'm an early career myself, so I've been implementing that in my SCW career. So maybe at the end it's 2 years long, so going up a qualification to a degree, kind of exploring that route when I do figure out kind of where I want to go when I'm a bit older. So that's what I'm looking at the minute. I think it's the opportunities that you're given and the way all of your team members really want to see you succeed in what you do, and they're really supportive and they narrow it down to what you like, so you can really figure out what you don't and don't like while you're working. And that allows me to grow my career in the way that I want to, and I just think they're also supportive of that, and they give you opportunities to grow your career the way you want. They just present you with so many opportunities to learn and grow, which I really do enjoy. Because I am new, it's getting used to the systems and a lot of training to learn all about SCW, because it is such a big business. I think that's kind of taken up a lot of my time, but also I have been doing a bit of graphic design for the banners that will be going up at the careers events for the graduates and apprenticeships, which I've really been enjoying, and a lot of introductions with the team because it is a big team, so just getting to know everyone, seeing what everyone does, and just kind of getting used to the company at the minute. I went to a Sway webinar on Friday, which was really interesting because I've never really heard of Sway before, so it was kind of interesting to get used to different applications that I haven't used before, and it was really informative, and it was a recording, so I could always go back to it if I ever needed it again, which I find really useful. I also sat in on an apprenticeship masterclass, which is really interesting because I am an apprentice, and it was different to see how it's different from the business side, like how I'm useful to the business and kind of a bit more about what I've been doing. So that was a bit of training that I've been sitting in on. And then there's also the really important training, like the statutory training, which kind of is all the legal side of things, which is really important. And then I've got a few coming up this week. I've got report training and webinar training. So it's kind of just all building my skills at the minute, but they're really interesting, and I find that they condense the information enough and it's not like an overload as well. I find the coaching sessions really useful because I'm a new starter, and it's really given me the insight into how the business works, especially now everything's virtual. And it's like the mentor, so you can kind of set out your goals of what you kind of want to be doing over the next 2 years for my apprenticeship. It's just useful to know where you stand in the business really and where they want you to go. In October, I had my interview with SCW after applying through the government website, and my first impression was how everyone was just willing to listen to my points and what I had to say for the interview, and how they kind of bounced off my answers, and I felt really comfortable asking them questions, maybe on what I was confused about or what I wanted to know a little bit more about the company. So that was my first impression, and that really got me going, oh my god, I really want this job, because everyone's so supportive and they're really willing to support me. And then the day after I done my interview, I actually got the call saying I got the job, and then obviously I was over the moon and things like that. And then the recruitment process kicked in. And throughout that whole month, I was really supported by all the apprenticeship managers here at SCW. They were constantly back and forth with me. If I had any questions, I know I could reach out throughout the week, just so I could make sure that on my first day I was ready to join and I had everything in place that I needed. So that was really supportive. And then on my first day, I had a welcome call, and we were talking about my apprenticeship and everything that comes along with it. And then I actually had a meeting with an apprenticeship manager, and we were talking about the different paths you can take with SCW. So I'm currently on a level 4 apprenticeship, which is a foundation degree, and then I can progress to a level 5 or a level 6 depending on where I want to go with my career. It's what's available to me. So they're really supportive about kind of climbing the career ladder and gaining qualifications while also learning on the job. So I've just found everything really supportive, and the recruitment process was really easy to me, and I just knew that all the team were there for me when I joined on last week. And I'm really excited to see where the next 2 years take me after my apprenticeship and grow my career. Every day is unexpected in a good way. I mean, you could be doing something different. Like last week, I wouldn't have thought I'd be sat here doing an interview to go on social media. Like every day is just different, and there's so many opportunities to learn and grow, and they're so supportive of what you want to do with your career. So like if you want to completely change your career, there's support there. If you feel like you're not developing in your career now, there's loads of paths that they can support you to join and do that. So I just think, because every day's a different day. It's not like a typical, you're at your office job and you sit there. It's like you get so many different experiences, which I think is a really good thing to come into a company for. Take the opportunities that are given to you, because you never know what might come from them and what it might lead you to. One thing I really enjoy about working at SCW is the mentoring system that is provided to you when you first join. You're buddied up with someone with similar interest or similar age, but not in your team. So it's a really good way to meet other people from the organisation, and you have a monthly catch up. And at the start, you can kind of set your career goals and where you want to be at the end of my apprenticeship. And I just find it's a really good way to talk to different people outside of your service line. And it's just getting used to kind of different service lines, how they work, and it's nice to chat to different people. And that's another advantage that's available to me. One of the benefits I like working at SCW is the flexibility that it provides. I know if I need to pop out for a minute because I've got an appointment, I can always make up my hours outside of the casual 9 to 5. So that way it's flexible around my way of life, but I still know that as long as my hours are completed, everything's good. I'm Ruby Blackman. I'm a quality practitioner apprentice specialising in organisational development, and this is life at SCW.